Hi, Claude Whitacre here. I'm a sales speaker. I give seminars on selling and marketing. I talk to groups of salespeople and groups of people that manage salespeople and small business owners. If you are either a person whose income is determined by how much you sell, or if you manage a group of people whose income is determined by how much they sell, I think you might get something out of this. Well, a lot of times when I'm talking to groups of salespeople, they'll ask me questions about where should I find where can I find prospects? Well, in my book, Sales Prospecting, okay, it's called Sales Prospecting: The Ultimate Guide to Finding Highly Likely Prospects You Can Close in One Deal. I give you lots of different places to get prospects, exactly what scripts that you can use, what to say to them that's going to make them very highly likely to want to talk to you if they're legitimately a prospect. You get scripts on how to get referrals and how to cold call if you ever choose to cold call, all of these things. But there are a few places that you can pretty well depend on for a small, if you ever want a small jump in sales, there's a few places that you can always depend on for sales. Here's where I depended on when I started out. I thought, okay, who should I talk to about what I sell? Well, I was a local business person. I own a small vacuum cleaner store. Actually, not that small, but it's a vacuum cleaner store. You can tell I'm standing in that place right now. And so what I would do when I was just starting out in that business, is that I would go to other retail stores in the area, and I would offer to trade with them. You know, if they would buy one of my vacuum cleaners, I would, if they wanted me to. If it was printing or something I knew eventually I was going to work or I was going to use, I would trade them, barter with them. I would do that to start off to get the ball rolling. Some of them I would go in their store and then they would say, no, but we're looking for a vacuum cleaner. We'll go ahead and buy your vacuum cleaner. Okay, great. So I did that. If you're in business at all, you have suppliers. See, who are those suppliers? People that you already give money to? Who are those people? If you're giving money to a dentist, that dentist, he's likely to take your call. If you have a chiropractor, he's likely to take your call. He's likely to at least be willing to listen to you if what you have is remotely, if he qualifies remotely for being a prospect. In other words, it applies to him. See, if you sell hot air balloons and he's never been a hot air balloon enthusiast, don't call your dentist because he's not interested in hot air balloons. But if you know people that you've given money to and that you've talked to before, and you know that they have indicated an interest in a hot air balloon flying or whatever, then you should talk to those people. Okay. What about their customers? See, here's the thing. When you're asking for referrals, one of the things I'll do if I'm talking to a client or a customer of mine that owns a business, they have lots of customers and they have suppliers too that supply them. So I'll ask referrals. I'll say, now, when you were talking to your customers, when has anybody ever mentioned, like you sell carpeting, when has anybody ever mentioned that, when we get this carpet, I should really buy a good vacuum cleaner? Who has done that? Oh, you know what, Joe down the street, he said that, and they'll start giving you that information. So it's people that you buy from, okay, because you're giving them money, so that can be reciprocal. And I'll tell you what, when I do that, I'm not even shy about it. I'm not even flowery in my speech when I'm talking to these people. I just say, I bought these parts from you and I really, really appreciate that and I think they're really good parts. But here's what I do. I sell this. And I was wondering when I could come over and spend a few minutes and show you what I've got and see if you'd be interested in it. When's a good time for you? See? Well, they want to keep selling to you, so they'll at least give you a few minutes of their time. You might find that they're completely unqualified as a prospect. You might find out that what you have is completely not anything they'd be interested in, but at least you had an opportunity to talk to somebody, and that's the important thing. You want to talk to somebody and then find out if they're qualified or if they're the type of person you want to talk to any further. If you'd like to know more, just read my book, Sales Prospecting: The Ultimate Guide to Finding Highly Likely Prospects You Can Close in one call. It's on Amazon.com. Okay? Thanks a lot, guys. Bye-bye.